Well, welcome to a new project thing. Not exactly a project, but mostly to show off a ROM hack that I never completed. Starring Danny, who's also Danny Cheek, who's also Danny Koo Gaming. That is unchanged, so I'm gonna skip it. So yeah, this is the overworld, but let's go back into the past and explore World 1 as it should be. Yeah, I was gonna have a storyline, but, you know, I kind of just was gonna plan that later. I was just mostly doing levels at first. And let's go back to the past again. And this overworld and the graphics of the overworld is mostly ripped from the hack of Yoshi Cookie Zeus. So yeah, in case you think that, oh, he's ripping graphics. Well, that's what I do. Again, this was not meant to be a hack that was going to be... this hack was mostly going to be like Super Mario World Central kind of hack where you can play without using, you know, save states and rewinds. One that's actually not as difficult. But if you choose to do so and to, you know, use save states and rewinds, you would actually not have a hard time with it, as you would with some of my past hacks that I don't really mention now because, you know, I was a nub back then. And basically, this hack was going to be one that I was going to do to kind of redeem myself because I made some hacks that are just ridiculously bad. So I wanted to kind of make up for it. But in the end, I kind of stopped, you know, doing the whole ROM hacking thing. And I missed the last coin. And yes, the coins make the sound effect as, you know, when Yoshi eats something. And the graphic, the sprite graphic that you see of Danny is ripped from the Princess Peach, you know, sprite thing, if you wasn't able to tell. But that big 3 pose kind of, you know, revealed her true nature anyway, so... So yeah, basically you play as Danny, that can shoot fireballs and turn her hair white. I don't remember why I did that, actually. Well, I know as far as the hack, originally it was gonna rob my friend Rob. Oh yeah, and also the star music is, you know, a reference to basically the whole compilation, the Super Mario World Central production thing. So yeah, that was gonna be one of those meme-o hacks that makes references. That's basically was my original intent. I'm not gonna show too much because either way, you know, I just want to show the level in general. If there's anything worthwhile showing, I will, but aside from that, I'm gonna skip some of the other stuff that you'd be exploring in the level yourself. I mean, in ROM hacks, you can't really explore much. That's why I added, like, little, you know, detours where you can go and be like, oh, there's a pipe down there, let's go see what it is, and just so it's not too boring, you know? And we have another one here. And I don't know why it's this music, but I was gonna use it for the bonus. Like I said, the hack is not really complete. It still needs a lot more to be desired, and it's just not completed. I was gonna complete it originally, but at that point I already got tired of making ROM hacks. I ran out of patience and I ran out of ideas, and I'm just not creative enough to make ROM hacks. I mean, sure, you know, I made some pretty nifty levels, but not that much. Also, I also failed to mention something at the beginning too, that the logo at the beginning with the, what was it, the Berry Productions. That logo mostly represents the fact that I was gonna work with MetalbenderJem, also known as Bear, who was gonna help me with the hack, but you know, he's a bear, he doesn't help sometimes. So yeah, we're gonna go with this level. This is like one of the first secret levels that you would get. Basically, you know, retro world. This whole thing, by the way, this whole first world was retro world. It's mostly meant to be like, yeah, you know, it's just World 1. It's like practice, kind of, you know, for you to get used to the hack and such. I know in ROM hacks you just get used to it as you go, but whatever. It's just, you know, the beginning stages. It's like the noob world. It wasn't, you know, I wasn't gonna make the hack that much harder, but I was gonna make it like, maybe on difficulty-wise, somewhat like BIP, and also somewhat like, I wanted to do something like, Bowser Rampages again or whatever did, where they did like, they made the hack like, you know, really hard at the end, but really easier like at the beginning. and then like the challenge grew as it went. So I wanted to do something like that. So you know, the only reason I'm showing it now is because, well, I'm not gonna finish. Honestly, I know it's kind of pointless to show this now that, you know, I'm not gonna complete it. And I should have, you know, at least, you know, done more with it. But, you know, in the end, it was gonna be a surprise. I was gonna be like, hey guys, I made a ROM hack. Now, it's gonna be like I said, Super Mario World Central kind of style hack where, you know, it's like playable without save states and you'd have an easier time with save, you know, while using save states. But yeah, I wasn't gonna submit it in SMW Central. I might have, but it was the intent and purpose of it was for one reason. Well, two reasons actually. One small reason being as a form of redeeming myself, and the second reason being for my friend Danny, who, you know, she was like, well, she wanted a ROM hack. She loved Bip at the time a lot, so much, and you know, I based the character off of her because I wanted to give it to her as a present, you know, for like a birthday present or as a gift, you know, from me to her, basically. So I made her the main character, and I made her like, you know, jump like Boone and kind of based off of Boone in a sense. If you notice that her, you know, jumps and everything are like that. I'm not an expert at spriting or drawing myself, so you know, I'm just a noob. I wanted to also get more help on the hack before originally, you know. So that's why I got my friend Cam the Man, who was gonna help with the hack too, like make levels and also, you know, help me with the character if it's needed, because he made a lot of sprites. He made like a sprite with Mario's face being basically a butt, which is funny. He made one of the log level hack. He made the brownie hack for Lenny. He's made a bunch of different sprites, and he's more used to it than I am, and, you know, animating them and making them look right. Or I would have asked my friend Kevin, who made the entire Bib one, to, you know, check it out, because I'm not entirely too pleased with the way it turned out. I didn't completely draw it like Kevin, like, you know, he completely drew Bib from nothing. And I basically just, you know, remodeled it from the Princess Peach model and to look like Danny as much as I could. And that still took a long time, even, you know, maybe not as long as it would take to make a Bib, but still. I hope you're liking the hack so far, by the way. I know I'm not really paying much attention to what I'm doing or explaining some of the stuff, because it's self-explanatory, really. It's World 1, Retro World. I'll get more into it when I get to the World 2, so anyway, so. Right now I'm just introduction, showing the hack that I would have been, aside from the other difficult hacks that I made, like, you know, Ouija World 2, by the way, so. Which I'm sure my friend Lenny is pretty happy playing, so, yeah. Also, by the way, they were supposed to be rotating fire things, fire sticks or whatever, but for some reason they're not showing up right now. Pretty sure they're around. I think what I did is there was something weird with the hack, so I completely moved the hack to another clean ROM, so I think I didn't completely re-put the custom blocks and sprites and stuff. This is where Bowser would be, and this is where he would be defeated. And yeah, that's the end of that. And it's a pretty long level too. Here's a little spoof that was going to be with the ROM hack in every single world. We were going to have a bear here, basically, as a reference to Donkey Kong Country 3. And we were going to have these bear houses spread across the entire hack. Kind of like how they do it with Donkey Kong Country 3. Again, another reference. And since we're in World 2 now, I guess I can show a little bit of this. This is where there's not really any more completedness in the hack anymore. And that's kind of messed up. That's just weird. Okay, so this is where we're going to get to the levels that are not complete, or even close to being complete. So this is going to be just mostly a slideshow now. So yeah, Butter Bridge 1. So yeah, this one was going to be a Yoshi level. World 2 was going to be a reference to Yoshi's Island, as you can already tell. Since you have Yoshi right at the start, and you play as him. It was going to be a reference to, obviously, Yoshi's Island, which I just said. But yeah, that's World 2. It's pretty cool. And and it's not complete, obviously. This was originally gonna be the world that Cam the Man was gonna make, since he's more used to working with the graphics of Yoshi's Island than I am. So yeah, there's that. And the whole background's messed up on this one, but I didn't really need to tell you that, did I? So yeah, this is mostly a show of graphics that I was going to use for the hack, not so levels. I'll get to the level part yet, but this will be faster to finish the video since I do have little time left, grammar. So yeah, this is the sewer thing. Cam the Man was also going to work with this, make a sewer level. But I don't know if I should be showing any of these, because either way, you know, they're not complete and they're just graphic displays. So yeah, just to give you an idea how the hack would have looked like, I guess. That one I can't even play, because, yeah. But you saw the graphics, so that's the point. And this one was going to be like an alternate palette swap of some of the other ones. Touch Fuzzy, get killed. This would have been the castle. And yeah, castle. Don't need to show more. You get the idea. Just showing fast so I can get it out of the way. That's the one I just chose. This one's the one I didn't choose. Yeah, the background, the cloud was animated, as if you didn't notice in time, but you probably couldn't because of my noobiness. Time to show the rest of the graphics, and then I'll get to the other levels that I actually did complete, which will be in the next video. This one is kind of complete, but not really. Actually, it's not even complete. What am I talking about? But I was going to use music, and I was going to use those graphics, which would have been for a good level. Most of these, I just focused on graphics, like... Well, this is actually a completed level, which I just failed in. Let's see if I can complete the level in this video, hopefully. I don't want to have to edit anything. Let's see if I can do this. Jump high! Aw, you're supposed to get it by doing that. So yeah, Kirby thing here. I was gonna make that for World... Oh yeah, I did it. Awesome. I was gonna do that for World 3 probably. Actually, not World 3. Maybe World 4 or 5. I had it planned in my head, like what I wanted to do with it, which I never completed, obviously. These graphics are mostly taken from BIP and also taken from generally Super Mario World Central. So yeah. You can fall down here, just a secret. There's Gordos here around. And you can probably imagine what they are, so I don't really need to say anything, should I? So yeah, you get back up by doing this. Kill the Waddle Dees. Those birds that are gonna kill you and stuff. Kirby that you grab and you win, and you like jump around and nothing. This is the one I just did, right? Yep. Okay. Let's go up to this one. This one was just for music, and I was going to have these graphics as a reference to Super Princess Peach. I was going to try to do that too, so... Oh yeah, and also I was going to have a raccoon tail instead of a cape. But right now it's kind of broken, so that's one of the things where I was like, I don't feel like fixing it. Oh yeah, the Chucks were going to be basically the bandits, but I can't quite get it right. And also these graphics, by the way, I had to make my own because they don't have Kirby Dream Land 2 graphics, so I had to draw these myself and sprite them, you know, to the original, so I had to do that myself. Also, this music was composed by Cam the Man, so thanks to him for this music. Also because they didn't have it in Super Mario World Central. This level is complete, by the way. That little jumpy dude, the graphic, I drew it myself because they didn't have it in Super Mario World Central again. So some of these I had to draw, others I had to rip from generally Super Mario World Central or BIP or something. So basically, yeah. I need a mushroom or else I'm gonna die. Not show the rest of the level off. Oh, I beat it, cool. Because there's nothing else to show. Alright, so now that we beat that, I showed that one, so let's move to this layer. I'm gonna try to show as much as I can while I still have time in the video. Oh no! I'm surprised I haven't died yet and I'm still talking about the hack. I probably will soon. So yeah, this one's gonna be like a spoof to... This is gonna be like a reference to Nimbus Land from Super Mario RPG, obviously. And I was gonna have Kirby graphics and stuff. It was just a level idea, so, you know. Would have been kind of nice if the hack would have been completed now, wouldn't it? That's probably your big problem with this video now, isn't it? If only he would have completed it, it would have been a pretty cool hack to play now, wouldn't it? And I just died. It's either way I needed to. So, we're out of time. Next time, I will finish off showing the rest of the graphics. I hope you're fine with this kind of video, because, yeah, I just wanted to show the hack that I would have finished. Just so at least, you know, my efforts wouldn't have been in vain, and at least I can always, you know, watch this video and be like, yeah, it was a good hack idea.